So we're on a break this week, so this isn't an episode, but I don't want to disappoint you. So what I thought I would do is share with you 5 of our most favourite episodes since we launched the podcast. Now we're on holiday this week, taking a very well-deserved and much-needed break. But I thought it would be a really good idea to get you to go back through the archives and check out what have been the favourite episodes across our different platforms, for people to listen to or maybe watch on YouTube. If you've not listened to these ones yet, then check them out. Pick one of them and just take a listen until we're back with it next week. We've had so many fantastic responses to all of our episodes, and we really do love the diverse range of topics and conversations we've had with the most incredible guests. So thank you to everyone who has taken the time to spend recording with me, and also for lots of people who've got really vulnerable and shared their story to help others live a healthier life. Now, our guest episodes are extremely popular, and the most listened and watched episode by far is the one that I did with my partner Kev back in February. So I think he does secretly think he's a little bit of a superstar because of this. But I can honestly say that my messages and inbox blew up when we put this episode out, and Kev's did as well. He had so many messages of support, which was amazing. So in this episode, which was number 22, we shared Kev's story as part of a month-long focus on real people and real lives, and how these amazing people all had hit a rock bottom in their life, but they managed to create a stronger self and a much better improved life by taking steps to improve their health, to lift themselves from that really difficult place they were in. Kev spoke about his struggles with imposter syndrome and the self-doubt that led him to suffer with very low self-esteem, self-worth, and depression. And he shares how his overall lifestyle was contributing to all of this without him knowing it. He just wasn't aware of the way he was living and the role that was playing, and then the way he felt. As he began to make changes, which initially were through his mindset, he took some counselling and had a lot of help to dive into his thoughts and beliefs and start to unwrap what was going on. He then really felt the shifts in his mood, his self-belief, and saw how those things massively rippled out into his entire life, making him so much more confident and happier. And in the episode, he also shared his love for veggies and broccoli. Yes, Kev, the broccoli isn't going anywhere. Talking about men's mental health is so important, and being able to start this conversation with my very own special partner was really important, and it was a lovely thing to be able to do. It means a lot to both of us. So I might just have to invite him back for the birthday celebrations in October, since he was such a huge hit. And I know that Kev isn't shy of the limelight, so he's probably going to take up that offer. The next episode I'd love you to take a listen to is number 23, so the one straight after Kev, with my lovely friend Victoria Himsworth. And this is our second most played episode, and I think I know why. It was also part of the February mini-series Sharing Real Stories, and Victoria's story is one so many people can relate to. Becoming a first-time parent, navigating the changes the pandemic brought for all of us, and she did that navigating, motherhood for the first time, the expectations women put on themselves to bounce back after pregnancy and to feel great and, want the most amazing maternity leave, which they, really deserve and look forward to spending that special time with their baby. And, navigating all of that is enough for any new mum to struggle with. Victoria had lived with some great healthy habits up to falling pregnant, and she'd carried a lot of those throughout pregnancy, right up to giving birth. She was still exercising. But then she found it really difficult juggling a new baby and being locked in at home because of COVID. Fast forward a year later, just after Georgia was 1, she was diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer. And Victoria's whole life was turned upside down overnight. She knew that she was really close to breaking. Her daughter was extremely poorly and likely to spend months in hospital. But what Victoria chose to do was to focus on only one aspect of her health to support her as she navigated those months living in and out of hospital, and then many months after that helping to, help Georgia recover. But I really love how honest Vic was about, knowing that she wanted to do more. She wanted to exercise. She needed to sleep better. She loved socialising. They were all things that were very much a part of her identity and who she was. But she knew they just weren't achievable with how her life was. So she chose to focus on just one thing, and that was eating well, because she knew if she put the right foods into her body, it would help her to cope with the stress, the lack of sleep, the lack of exercise, and all of the challenges she had going on. So take a listen and be inspired. I promise that you will love her story and her vulnerability. The third recommendation for you is with the fabulous Megan Price from Happy by Me. You all loved this episode where we explored happiness and journaling to build some great habits into your life, like a gratitude practice, all to improve how happy you are. Because we all want to feel happy, don't we? That's the number one wish people cite for in their life, to feel happy. And then when you ask them what happiness looks like, they say being healthy, having my family all healthy, living a long life, all of the things Life Now Coaching and this podcast are about. Meg gave so many great tips on getting started with journaling, and also about getting clear on what happiness really means for you. It's episode number 6, so check it out. My next suggestion, that is one of the top listened to episodes, is secretly my favourite. It's the second episode, number 2, and it's a solo one that I did, which I put out as part of our launch back in October. It's one that I use a lot when I coach, do talks and workshops, and it always brings a nice smile to people when I tell them that your health is like a box of chocolates. Yes, you really can eat chocolate and be healthy. So in this episode, I share why your wellness toolkit is like your very own curated, amazing box of chocolates. It has all of the best types of chocolates in there, which for me are the pralines. It helps you to see that there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to health, and that what you do to support your health and how you feel will change as your life changes, a bit like in Victoria's story. It's a great, shorty episode, and one that I know will give you a penny drop moment when you take a listen. So have a listen. Life is like a box of chocolates, number 2. The fifth and final suggestion to check out while we're on a break. Don't worry, it really is just a temporary break, not a Ross and Rachel type of break. It's number 4, also one right back at the start. And it's a topic so many people can resonate with, which is why it's a favourite: eating your emotions. I chatted with coach Ashley Carlotta about the struggle many of us have with what we eat and how big a role our emotions play in those food choices. Ashley gave loads of really valuable tips to get started, and how to make changes to your diet and how to manage your emotions to make different, better food choices. It's, such a popular one because the way we live in our westernized societies leads many of us to really focus on food, and we use food for reward, for comfort, for masking over problems and things like stress and trauma. We really dived into how to ditch the diet culture and not deprive yourself of the things you enjoy in life, but to create balance. So we talked also about the importance of understanding your behaviours around food and how they impact your children, and how we really do need to be more aware to better navigate this. So there you have it, our top 5 episodes to check out and take a listen to while we're on a break. Number 22, 21, number 6, number 2, and number 4, all there for you to go back through. If you have your favourite that you'd love to share, please do let me know. I have a few other ones that are my favourites. I'm just going to slip in a wild card here, which is the fantastic episode with Kat, because I just love Kat's story. Sorry, I can't help just add another one in at the end. It's number 21. Listen to that one as well. It's amazing. definitely have a hanky ready. So have a great week. I'll be back and speak to you all very soon, unless my boat decides to sail away into the vast ocean and I get to stay on holiday for the rest of my life, which wouldn't be a bad thing, would it? Except I need to be back for the podcast. So take care. Enjoy the special episodes while we're on a break. Bye.